Well, howdy, modelers. How you doing? Hope you guys are having happy holidays and into a happy New Year's. Uh, Hope you guys are able to spend great quality time with your families, do a little model railroading, and uh, just enjoy the day. But we got a new locomotive we want to show you. So we're going to pan over here to the left here. And amongst my other locomotives, my Amtrak engine, my Southern Pacific engines back behind there, and my Southern Pacific 146. We have a real sharp looking Rio Grande tunnel motor, number 5387. And this has got ESU lock sound on board. I thought we'd just fire her up and let you guys see what she sounds like. We're going to try to keep this video as short as we can, but sometimes they run a little longer than sometimes you want them to, but we'll try. But we've gotten a couple tunnel motors, and we pre-ordered them, and this is one of my pre-ordered locomotives. And had to wait a little bit to pick this one up. Had some things that we had to do and take care of before we could get this engine. And we'll roll her out here onto the turntable. Thing's got some really sweet details on it. We ran the engine a couple times and it did really swell. It just has a little bit of a jerkiness in the lower gear or the lower speeds, and I think that's just because it just needs to be ran real well. You know, a few times around the layout and get everything warmed up and everything, you know, in forward and reverse, and then I think she shouldn't have no problem at all. But I think all new engines seem to have that little issue there. But let me zoom in there. And what's really cool is where it says Rio Grande, and on the G there you can see fire extinguisher painted on the G. I was looking at that the other day and I thought that was really damn sharp to have that good of detail. You know, you got your lettering back here on the back, and then you got the builder's plate down on the bottom under the number board there. And like I say, I think they really detail these engines out pretty good. I'm gonna turn the turntable here. That way you guys can see the front end of the engine. Should be able to see the light board pretty good. You can shut that light board off or shut it down. It has I think it's I want to say it's number 24. I think that's what it is. If you go into function 24 or function 23, you can shut that actually off. And turn the headlight on here. And there's a headlight. Now we'll move the camera over. You can see Rio Grande down there on the front. The EMDU hoses are done really, really swell. That is a Microtrains coupler that they put on there. They used a Microtrains coupler on there on the engine. And you can see the gyro light. I believe this engine does have the gyro light on it. There's two different types of lights that is on the Rio Grande, and I believe this one's the gyro light on here. I'm going to turn it around, show you guys the other side here. Show you guys on the conductor side. I like to do my turning on the turntable. That's one reason I got that turntable. That way I can keep the engine running. You can hear all the stuff, the air release and all of that there, and see the lights on and all that good stuff or whatever and that, and see a pretty good area of the engine here. I can kick my light on there. You guys can see that body detail a little bit more better there. It does have some writing underneath of where the brake wheel's at to lock down the brake wheel. And I think that's re-railers. Those yellow things hanging down is a re-railer. I think I seen in a video that that's what that was for. And so let's turn the engine back around, and let's run her out here on the layout so you guys can see some of that. I set up my turntable to where I can keep my engines running as they're turning on the turntable. The turntable is isolated right here from from my yard, and then this portion of the yard is also isolated as well with my isolated rail joiners, and so that keeps store I can add more, or I can have all my engines running that I have in my yard, in my engine house. I can have all these engines running and, you know, move whatever I want to move anytime. And so having that set up like that is pretty awesome. But let's get this old girl out on the track here. I'm going to slow down the engine going through the double crossover, let you guys see her negotiate the double crossover. At speed step 7, we're going to drop her down to speed step 3. A little bit of bounciness as it's going through, but it seems to be just Just trucks and that, negotiating the differences in the crossover there. And but it handled it pretty well. It did have the engine when I was doing some early testing. It kind of, as it was getting about right here, about where the frog was at, it shut down for just a second, and it was still actually running, but it just the sound kind of cut out, and I think that's basically just because maybe the track needs a little more cleaning, or maybe those wheels on the engine need to be. But we got some cars here, and we got some Rio Grande cabooses and that to hook up to it. Got my depressed well car here, my TTTX, my TTTX, and my QTTX. So got a couple of them by Microtrains. Got a Microtrains flat car. And scrolling back here, we got my Rio Grande by Atlas 01510 and 01506. We'll go real slowly through the double crossover here. Engine did real well going through that double crossover, so going in my other yard over there and make sure everything is set. We need to set the turnout. And this is double crossover number 2. We'll roll her back, and we'll roll her back here, and we'll hook up to the set of cars here. As soon as we hook up, we'll tell you guys why we went and got the Rio Grande. We went and got the Rio Grande a couple days ago. Now that is supposed to be, but I might need to look, that's supposed to be the coupler. The coupler clink. But that sounds like a little bit something else. Well, let's check and see what this is real quick. That's supposed to be coupler clink. What that's supposed to be. Let me see if I can find the book. That's what that's supposed to be. It's supposed to be coupler clink. That is what it's supposed to be. Let me do a little looking here and see if that is something else. Yeah, it's supposed to be coupler clink. Okay. And we'll back the engine up, and we'll see if we got a good, looks like we did get a good hook. I'll go ahead and roll her back a little further, and then we'll do a little pull here. Well, looks like we got a good lock. Yep, we got a good lock on there. Now we'll stop her and I'll let you guys know kind of what I did here. A couple days ago, I had went and purchased another Southern Pacific tunnel motor, and it was the one with the snit nose, and I really liked it because it was really detailed. I mean, the engine was detailed really, really sharply, and I wanted to get it because it was a little different than the other two SPs that I got there. It had the light package on it, and that it was detailed really well, but it had an issue as it was trying to negotiate my double crossover. As you can see, my double crossover is, you can see the spaces in the double crossover. I mean, you can see that it clearly is, cut where it's supposed to be to, to stop shorts and, to help protect the crossover. And the locomotive as it's going through there. I mean, you can see it's done really well. The diamond here is painted, and this here is all, it's, I zoom in here, like I say, it's painted, and it's done to a point where, it should have stopped any kind of short. Well, as that snit nose SP was going through it, SP engine was going through it, it was triggering my CP6, my NCE CP6, which is a circuit breaker. It's not an EB1 like this here is my new EB1s that I'm going to put in its place. These are my new EB1s. Them are solid state circuit breakers. It didn't do like they did, but it still showed that, and it lit up, so it was telling me that there was something going on. So I took that locomotive back, and that's when I picked up this one here, my Rio Grande 5387. And like I say, I don't know if there was something crossed on the truck, if one of the wheels wasn't insulated good enough. I did notice an excess amount of oil on the gears. It looked like to me they really, really oiled it, or over-oiled it. And so, like I say, I just decided to take it back. And I picked up this Rio Grande. I picked up my Rio Grande that I had. I was going to get the Rio Grande anyway. I was gonna get me one, but I went ahead and got it, and I'm glad I did. Like I say, it has just a little bit of, as it's running, it has a little bit of slight jerkiness, but I think that is only because of the being new, been broke in. It just needs to be ran on the layout by itself and kind of open it up a little bit. But it's holding itself pretty good. This is just a short train that I've got here, but those cabooses are pretty heavy themselves. Those Rio Grande cabooses are pretty heavy themselves, so I'll go ahead and shut her down. But um, this engine is doing pretty good, other than it just needs to be ran. And I think sooner or later I'll be able to run it with my two other SPs that I got over there, my Kodachrome and my Grand Red one. I think I'll be able to run it with them together. We'll just have to see. But those two are running very well. You know, I'm damn happy about those engines the way they're running. So, gotta quickly show you a couple other things that we got for the layout. We got some UPX Rock Island and Rock Island 17 184 caboose. We got that. We got that Canadian National scale test car. That's a barrel ore car. We got one of those. And this is my flat car that we got there. We got that. And I think that's, we got these wood chip cars. So we got us a few things and we're enjoying it and going to continue. So guys, give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. Like, share, leave a comment. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you think about the deal with the crossover. And have you had any issues with your engines, going across them? All my other engines seem to run over them really easy, or really with no problems. I mean, I even had those engines running together, those two SPs going over there several times back and forth over that crossover, and no problem. So, guys, we're going to let you go on that. Again, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and we'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.